Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Steve Breach coming to you here today. We're talking all about WWE Backlash 2018. I will come out and tell you that I am making these videos almost at the minute Monday Night Raw is going to start. I'm going to be uploading these videos on Tuesday. So if anything really big happens on Monday Night Raw, obviously, if I have time, I'm going to have to find a way to edit these videos and get you new ones up. But at this time, Backlash, as announced, there's going to be 6 matches. More than likely, somewhere on Raw or Smackdown, I would guess we're going to be getting at least 2 more main event matches and probably 1 pre-show match to go along with it. I will tell you that, honestly, WWE Backlash does not have me interested, I guess you can say, at all, because of the brand split. This was a very weird show. I remember right off the bat, you had Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe, for this. Samoa Joe, who made his return after WrestleMania, challenged Roman Reigns, thinking that Roman was going to be the WWE champion, and he wanted to be the first guy to come after that. I believe that added some fun to that because I think everybody thought that Roman Reigns was going to be the WWE champion after the Saudi Arabia show, but that didn't happen. So this now is just a Raw versus Smackdown match. I remember at one point we had a WrestleMania rematch for the United States Championship. We had Jinder Mahal going up against Randy Orton. I made a video about that match, basically saying that I didn't think it was going to be that exciting to see that match, and because of the brand split and Jinder going to Raw, the match made even less sense. But basically, Jinder showed up on Raw, dropped the championship right out of the gate to Jeff Hardy. I'm guessing that Jeff and Jinder are going to have a rematch at Backlash now, but that Randy Orton match is completely off the show, and much like Randy Orton at WrestleMania time, now here we come to Backlash. Randy Orton is a guy that gonna be looking for something to do. It's one of the reasons why I thought Randy was gonna get moved to Raw during the Superstar Shakeup, because it was almost like Randy's a legend in WWE. He's done a lot of cool stuff, but what's he really been doing now? He was in a tag team last year at WrestleMania. He fought for the championship after winning the Royal Rumble, beating Bray Wyatt in a match that probably no one's ever going to watch ever again. The ring turning into maggots and worms. Wasn't really well received at the time, and I don't really see it as a match that's going to get better in time. So, even though he won a championship at WrestleMania, it's probably one of the most forgettable matches of his long career. To me, because of the Superstar Shakeup and because of WrestleMania, I know that, WWE, they want to be firing on all cylinders. After WrestleMania, you have so many people that get the network, and I guess that if you got the network the day of WrestleMania, I guess you're still in the same billing period, so you would have got WrestleMania, the World's Greatest Royal Rumble, and Backlash, all for the price of $9.99. If you were to delete either, the night after Backlash, or the night of Backlash, or maybe the morning after, you get away with having all 3 of those for one low price, as well as having NXT, and maybe even the Hall of Fame if it matters. It just seems like, WrestleMania was almost yesterday, to the point, you look at, Nakamura going up against AJ Styles for the 3rd time in a month. Even though that is a match that I think most people are going to be crossing their fingers, hopefully really, really is a good one, I don't think it's one that people are really going to be like, this is going to be the one, the instant classic. It's not like, I've liked the matches. I'm just talking about, the response I read online. People feel like they've got burned twice by that one. I wonder if they're really going to care. Daniel Bryan, of course, coming back and wrestling at WrestleMania was a really big emotional thing for WrestleMania. Now Daniel Bryan was one of the coolest stories of WrestleMania 34, making his return to the ring, and here we are going into Backlash, and Daniel Bryan's going up against Big Cass. To me, you got David versus Goliath, and it is what it is. It just, I understand Big Cass was the heel before he went down, and Big Cass wants to be a big heel on the Smackdown thing since moving over. He wants to say that this is going to be his house, but I don't take Big Cass as being. I guess I just don't believe that Big Cass is going to be kicking anybody's ass. Can he kick my ass? Yeah, but as a professional wrestler on the main roster in WWE, it's just not a big deal to me. You've got Alexa Bliss going up against Nia Jax. That to me, honestly, should be a squash match, even though it was not so much at WrestleMania. Nia to me, it should be a real big baby face on the roster. She was able to beat Alexa. Alexa went through a lot of tests as being the champion for SmackDown and Raw in her last 2 years, but although I think she's going to be a big piece of WWE, it's time for Nia to move out and find some new challengers that's going to be out there. We got the Seth Rollins versus The Miz match for the Intercontinental Championship. I think especially after the world's greatest Royal Rumble that we just had, the match that most people want to see is Rollins versus Balor. Miz wants a chance to win the Intercontinental Championship because he wants to break Pedro Morales' record of holding the championship for the most amount of days, even though he's got a ton more reigns than Morales had. I think the story of Intercontinental Championship, United States Championships, switching shows is done. Focus Miz on SmackDown. Make him that guy that we see going against Daniel Bryan, because that's the match that people actually want to see. We've been waiting on this match for over a year, thinking that it was never going to happen, but hoping that it does. And now these guys are both on the same show. You teased it on the Superstar Shakeup, sending Miz to SmackDown early, and it's still not delivering on it. I know it's not going to be the main event, but Charlotte versus Carmela for the SmackDown Women's Championship, I think that's a money match right there. Charlotte's pissed. Carmela basically cheated by using the Money in the Bank. She did not win a real match, even though Charlotte got beat up by the iconic duo, coming over from NXT in their debut. Carmela just was the vulture who picked up the scrapes. So we'll have to see how this pans out. As of right now, those 6 matches, they don't really sound that they're going to deliver to it. And it doesn't look like we're going to be getting a true, real main event. So it looks like Roman versus Samoa Joe is going to be that closer match that ends the show. To me, I'm not saying I'm not going to watch it. I'm just saying that it doesn't seem like it's going to be must-see TV.